Stories as we come on the air. Severe storm strike, high winds leaving a trail of damage, the reported tornado, and blinding spring snow. The severe weather threat sweeping eastward. Wrong door killing. The deadly encounter for a teenager who police say knocked on the wrong door, shot by a resident, what police are saying tonight. Trump lashes out. The president's threat to close our southern border. And as millions of Americans wait to see the Mueller report, is the president hinting at a change of heart about its release? The wild shootout with police, all caught on camera. That officer hit. The SWAT team standoff for 15 hours. How it all ends. Plus, quote, I felt powerless. The words of a Democratic candidate for office accusing former Vice President Joe Biden of an unwanted physical encounter. Student mystery death. What happened to this college senior last seen here on surveillance? Did she get into the wrong car on the way home? And road rage, the brawl breaking out in the southbound lane. What drove these two women to a physical confrontation that stopped traffic?
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Whit Johnson, in for Tom Yamas. We begin tonight with a storm system on the move from Nashville to the northeast. This reported tornado slamming a central Colorado storage facility. Take a look at the dramatic images. Surveillance video showing those fierce winds flipping RVs over like toys. And that blinding spring snow from Colorado through Nebraska up to 9 inches, making for slick and treacherous driving. That cold front pushing eastward, bringing strong thunderstorms and sending temperatures tumbling by the start of the work week. ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano starting us off tonight.
Tonight, terrifying images out of Colorado. RVs tossed around like toys by an apparent tornado. Watch as another is picked up and tumbled by the fierce winds.
Got real quiet, and then mirrors and everything started shaking on the house.
Nearby, funnel clouds spinning overhead outside Colorado Springs. That noise, the sound of hail brought by the same storm system, peppering the streets, piling up like snow, even causing spinouts and stopping cars in their tracks. Drivers using their hands and their cars to get everybody moving. And in Denver, actual snow creating problems for commuters there. This car flipped onto its side. These near whiteout conditions making travel treacherous. Nebraska also dealing with up to 9 inches of snow falling from that system. Its sites now on the east.
Rob is joining us now, and Rob, that mercury drop ahead for the northeast.
Yeah, we have a battle of air masses here, Whit, and we often get some turbulent weather with that. So we have a severe weather threat tonight. Let's get to the radar. Jackson, Tupelo, Nashville, Lexington. That's where we could see storms pop later on this evening. We've had heavy rain across the Ohio River Valley today, and look at that, turning to snow just outside of Chicagoland. So there's your cold air. It pushes off to the east, where we had temperatures near 80 degrees in D.C. today, hit 70 in New York City. So that's feeding into some of these storms. But that rain advances tomorrow through Harrisburg, Philly, New York, eventually through Boston, but not really clearing there until late tomorrow night. And here comes the cold air. Going to feel more like winter come Monday morning for the first day of April.
You know, you'll be following. We'll see you tomorrow on GMA. Thank you, Rob. Now to the case raising questions in Atlanta. Police say a teenager who was new to the neighborhood accidentally knocked on the wrong door and was shot and killed by a resident. That suspect behind bars tonight. ABC's Zachary Quiche picks up the story.
A door knock turning deadly for a 19-year-old young man on his way home last night. The margin of error about 40 yards from the new apartment he shared with his girlfriend in Atlanta.
He didn't turn the door, he didn't shake the handle, he did none of that. All he did was knock on the door.
Police say Omarion Banks was dropped off at this complex around 12:30 a.m. After allegedly realizing he knocked on the wrong door, he was leaving when witnesses say 32-year-old Daryl Bynes walked out of the apartment onto the balcony and shot the teen as he walked down the stairs.
So he pleaded for his life. He was like, hold on, I'm sorry. And the dude shot him.
The door Banks was allegedly looking for, similar to the one that cost him his life. His girlfriend claims the two were on the phone together when the incident took place and that Banks was apologetic, but the shooter dismissed him, calling the young man a racial slur before gunning him down. Bynes was arrested and charged with murder. The alleged shooter's cousin calling the incident self-defense, claiming that Bynes was on edge because his car had recently been stolen. Tonight, Banks' heartbroken mother is still trying to make sense of what happened.
I was devastated. It's just unbelievable for you to see your son and then the next 30 minutes, somebody calling you and telling you that your son is deceased.
Police are now saying that Lyft car that dropped Banks off at that apartment complex dropped him off at the wrong location. Whit?
All right, Zachary Quiche, thank you. To politics now, and President Trump's new comments about the border and the impending release of the Mueller report. The Attorney General saying a redacted version of the special counsel's findings will be sent to Congress by mid-April and will not be shared with the White House beforehand. President Trump at first expressing approval on its release, but is he now signaling a change in direction? ABC's White House correspondent Tara Palmieri with more.
Tonight, President Trump hinting that he may have changed his mind about releasing the full Mueller report. Tweeting, "No matter what the radical left Democrats get, it will never be enough. Maybe we should just take our victory and say no. We've got a country to run." In the past, the president has repeatedly said it was up to Attorney General William Barr and that Trump was in favor of transparency.
Well, I have great confidence in the Attorney General. And if that's what he'd like to do, I have nothing to hide.
Barr announced he will release the nearly 400-page report by mid-April after working with special counsel Robert Mueller on what needs to be redacted. Barr says that will include classified information, grand jury material, and information that would unduly infringe on personal privacy of peripheral third parties. Democrats concerned Barr will edit damaging details about the president, now threatening to subpoena.
We're going to compel the release of this report. This is a fight that is worth going to the mat on.
The president's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, accusing the Democrats of putting unrealistic pressure on Barr.
You cannot disclose grand jury material. It is a crime.
Tonight, President Trump standing by his threat to shut down the Mexican border next week after a surge in migrant crossings.
And if they don't stop them, we're closing the border. They'll close it, and we'll keep it closed for a long time. I'm not playing games. Mexico has to stop it. They have people coming right through Mexico.
There were 76,000 migrants stopped at the border in February. 40,000 of those were families. And federal officials say March is on track to surpass those with an estimated 95,000 migrants. Today, Customs and Border Patrol announcing that 40% of their guards have been diverted from the border to process some of those families.
And Tara Palmieri joins us now live from West Palm Beach. Tara, the Trump administration announcing they are now cutting aid to Central American countries.
The State Department announced last night that it will work with Congress to suspend aid to El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. These three countries are the originating points of many of these migrant caravans. Now, tonight, congressional Democrats are already vowing to fight it.
And we'll be following that. Tara Palmieri, thank you. Also, this programming note, Chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl goes one-on-one with acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney tomorrow on This Week. Next to the wild shootout with police in Texas, the officer hit in a gunfight caught on camera. The intense SWAT team standoff with the suspect for hours, local residents and a school all on lockdown. Here's ABC's Marcy Gonzalez.
This gun battle erupting in a Texas neighborhood, taking down a state trooper and prompting a tense 15-hour standoff with the suspect.
I hear a couple of pops, go look out my front window. There's a dude with a gun.
Tonight, that trooper is recovering. The shootout starting Friday afternoon. Investigators saying the trooper tried to stop this green sports car for a traffic violation. The driver pulling into this apartment complex, then opening fire. You can see the bullet holes in the back windshield, a rifle there on the ground.
I heard a bunch of rapid firing.
This video obtained by the Dallas Morning News showing the officer as he was shot, then crawling backwards, taking cover, limping to the other side of his SUV. Backup arriving in less than a minute. The trooper rushed to a hospital undergoing surgery. The suspect reportedly barricading himself in one of these buildings. The bomb squad and SWAT team responding, this school and residents of the complex put on lockdown.
Then they told me to go back inside and hunker down.
The standoff lasting through the night until about 5 this morning. Authorities finally taking the suspect, 42-year-old Brian Cahill, into custody. And tonight, that suspect's being treated for serious injuries. He's charged with aggravated assault on an officer, being held on $500,000 bail. Whit?
Marcy Gonzalez, our thanks to you tonight. Next to the new details emerging tonight in the Jussie Smollett case, the complex legal drama that has been testing the relationship between prosecution and police as the Cook County prosecutor stands by her decision to drop charges against the Empire Star. The latest from ABC's Ariel Reshef.
Jussie Smollett surfacing in L.A.
Fans already know how much I love them.
But a no-show at a pre-event for tonight's NAACP Image Awards, nominated for Best Supporting Role in a Drama.
Jussie Smollett.
Now, added fallout from the embattled actor's real-life legal saga. His attorney, Mark Garagos, claiming on the Reasonable Doubt podcast it was prosecutors who proposed a deal to drop the 16-count indictment.
So all I know is they approached us about dismissing it, and not the other way around.
It comes as State's Attorney Kim Foxx doubles down on the decision not to prosecute Smollett. Writing in the Chicago Tribune, there were specific aspects of the evidence and testimony that would have made securing a conviction against Smollett uncertain. Adding, these cases are routinely resolved, particularly involving suspects with no prior criminal record, long before a case ever nears a courtroom.
And I think it's hard for people to realize that justice takes many forms, and this is a form that we utilize in this case.
Chicago police maintaining Smollett staged the so-called racist assault. The chief incensed by the lack of trial, saying in a new statement, "I stand behind the conclusions of the independent grand jury." Smollett forfeiting the $10,000 bond money he'd paid, but the mayor demanding he repay the city $130,000 for the investigation.
Given that he doesn't feel any sense of contrition and remorse, my recommendation is when he writes the check, in the memo section, he can put the word, "I'm accountable for the hoax."
While Smollett maintains his innocence, the state's attorney says dropping the charges was not an exoneration. She also says which she welcomes an outside investigation into this case.
A lot of people waiting to see if that happens.
Yep.
Ariel, thank you. Now to the accusation of inappropriate touching involving former Vice President Joe Biden. A Democratic candidate for political office in Nevada says an endorsement took an invasive turn and that she felt powerless to stop it. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
Tonight, Joe Biden is facing troubling accusations. Nevada Democrat Lucy Flores claims the former vice president inappropriately touched and kissed her head before a rally in 2014. She writes in New York Magazine that she felt powerless to do anything about it. Biden had attended the rally to help boost her campaign for lieutenant governor. Flores goes on to claim that moments before she took the stage, she felt the vice president get close to her from behind, lean in, and, quote, inhale her hair. She writes, "He proceeded to plant a big slow kiss on the back of my head. My brain couldn't process what was happening. I was embarrassed. I was shocked. I was confused. He made me feel uneasy, gross." In a statement to ABC News, Biden's spokesperson says neither the vice president nor his staff recall what Flores describes or got the impression she had been uncomfortable. Vice President Biden believes that Ms. Flores has every right to share her own recollection and reflections, and that it is a change for better in our society that she has the opportunity to do so. This isn't the first time Biden has come under scrutiny for his behavior around women. In 2015, Biden put his hands on Stephanie Carter's shoulders, whispering in her ear during her husband's swearing in as Secretary of Defense. The Flores allegations come as Biden considers a possible run for president. Other contenders reacting to the new claims.
I believe Lucy Flores, and Joe Biden needs to give an answer.
Stephanie Ramos joining us now from Washington, and all of these candidates under heavy scrutiny. Some of Vice President Biden's former staffers are now coming to his defense tonight.
That's exactly right, Whit. Several staffers, including women, are coming to Biden's defense. One former staffer tweeted today that she never felt uncomfortable with how he treated her or other women. She also says Biden has dedicated his career to women's empowerment, and that's one reason why she worked for him. Whit.
Stephanie, thank you. We head overseas now to violence in Gaza. Officials there reporting a third young Palestinian protester has died this weekend from gunshot wounds in the clashes at the Israeli border. Israeli forces using tear gas and live ammunition to repel tens of thousands of protesters, marking the first anniversary of demonstrations against the Israeli-Egyptian blockade. And the security scare for Pope Francis in Morocco during welcoming ceremonies broadcast live. A man with something in his hand, possibly a note, racing toward King Mohammed's car with the Pope and his Pope-mobile nearby. That man tackled by security, in custody tonight. No one hurt.